Can you even remember the last time that you were an underdog?
It ain't too many times I'm under.
I know you could be a gambling guy at times. Will you be putting a lot of money on yourself since you're such an underdog?
I'm really not worrying about that. You know, maybe 100,000 might slip out of my pocket. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, I'm just focused on the fight, on my victory.
I know you were joking a little bit here on stage, but would you be serious about fighting Nate Diaz on the Floyd McGregor card?
I mean, if they want to give me some of that money, of course. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Can't wait to do it.
Have you spoke to Floyd or anybody about possibly being on that card?
No. I'm not worrying about, when I'm up there, I'm entertaining. I'm just shooting my shit. But right now, my main focus is my fight. I actually got one of my fighters defending his world title, Robert Easter Jr., against a tough opponent, Chapakov. And, after that, I come right behind him, July 29th, to put on a good show. So Bob Baines is doing big things right now, and, I'm just focused on me and my stable and Bob Baines Promotions.
You have a lot of respect for Robert Garcia. I can see that it's not, the usual AB who's like going for people's neck. Is that kind of like a ploy to maybe throw him off and little mind games? Or?
Man, I'm more wise now. I choose my words more wisely. It's just time to mature and just be more about boxing than business. Leave the bullshit alone.
This is the new AB about boxing.
Yes.
We seen the Instagram video, sorry about that. This weekend of you sparring looked very sharp. I've been seeing you at the Barclays over the last couple of months, and you've been keeping within like 150 pounds, 148 pounds. Since your last fight against Granados, have you been saying about 75% of the time you've been keeping in shape, whether that be running, sparring, in the gym?
I've been working. Like I said, this second half of my career, I'm going to do a lot of things different. And I have been working. And making weight's not going to be a problem. And I can assure you guys will see a hell of an AB.
Now, one thing you told me after the Granados fight, you didn't really make mention in the media, but you hurt your hand pretty badly in that fight.
I don't make excuses.
Right.
But in the first round, I definitely I broke my hand again. But they even tried to put me on hydrocodones and crazy drugs for it, but I didn't take it. I just let my hand heal up. I didn't cry about my performance or none of that. I did what I had to do to get my victory. Now, if I didn't break my hand, I think I would have stopped them. Adrien Broner's a friend of mine. I'm happy for him. And he actually just called. Well, I called him like 3 days ago, and he's doing good, and he's my buddy.
Now there's a lot of big fights in Summer 17. Are you looking for that KO victory, being that maybe he's a smaller dude coming up in weight? You got actually more power.
I'm not here looking for knockouts. I don't ever look for knockouts. One time I can say we really trained to knock out Ashley Philpin. Yeah, we just knew this or knock him out. But we're really not training, for a knockout. We just training to go be the best Adrien Broner I can be.
And you feel confident the original Cam Man will be back in July?
Man, anybody can get it. Oh my God. I'm just ready to put on a hell of a performance, and I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Champ, Doc Stanley Sports. Doc, there's a special fight in New York City.
Yes, most definitely, because my following out here is huge. And I gotta put on a show. Everywhere I go, I gotta put on a show. I gotta entertain. And he got a nice following out here as well. And I think we're gonna have a sold out crowd.
You talked about maturity. Can you talk some more about that?
It's all about growth. Making better decisions. Thinking when you speak before you speak. And I'm 27. I'll be 28 on July 28th. I fight on the 29th. So this is going to be a birthday present to me and my twin brother. And it's just time to start living like a grown man instead of a 20-year-old kid.
You talking about how special Colorado is, but